أما بعد. One of the challenges that we have as human beings, and specifically as youngsters growing up, is the challenge of dealing with external pressures. External pressure means that we are constantly under the influence of the people around us. And when it comes to youth, they are extremely impressionable and affected by people of the same age group. You see someone doing something, it's a natural inclination to follow. You see someone saying something, behaving in a certain way, it's a natural instinct to follow. Now, what our responsibility is as Muslims, as believers, is that we don't just follow anything and everything. We don't just look at something and if it seems appealing, we jump to it. Rather, we have this layer of iman that compels us to first think that this act that I'm witnessing, this person who I'm seeing is speaking in a certain way, I'm hearing them talk in a certain way, this interaction that I'm seeing, this behavior that is being displayed, does this conform, does this fit into my set of beliefs and practices or not? If it does, then it's great, I've found a good example for myself and I should follow it. And the person who set that good example will get a reward. But if what I'm seeing in front of me is an example of bad behavior, it is a poor example, it is something that would conflict with the teachings of my deen, then I need to have the strength, the inner strength to resist the urge to follow along. That strength comes from our iman. Otherwise, so many youngsters today are, because of the influence of what we call peer pressure, they are getting involved in all kinds of things. All kinds of wrong habits, behaviors, and even worse. Why? Just because people around them are acting in that way, doing that thing, or making such and such thing look very, very appealing. And this peer pressure should not be underestimated. It's a very powerful force. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam that look, there are people around you that are putting pressure. They're putting pressure on you to not go along with what Allah is telling you. They're putting pressure on you to stop conveying your message. In one place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَوْلَا أَن ثَبَّتْنَاكَ لَقَدْ كِدْتَ تَرْكَنُ إِلَيْهِمْ شَيْئًا قَلِيلًا. O Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, if we hadn't made you firm, if we hadn't given you that strength, then you would be inclined to them a little bit. You'd be inclined to at least listen to what they're saying. In another place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَلَا تُطِعِ الْكَافِرِينَ وَجَاهِدْهُمْ بِهِ جِهَادًا كَبِيرًا. People are telling you to stop conveying this message. People are telling you to change your way. Don't follow them. Don't listen to them. In fact, put up a great jihad against them. What was this jihad? In this ayat, jihad is you convey your own message instead of falling into the message that other people are conveying. So peer pressure, if it's leading to something good, if it's leading us to become better students, better children, better Muslims, it's a beautiful thing. In the time of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was also a kind of peer pressure amongst the Muslims. What was that? It was very difficult for a Muslim to not come to the masjid and pray. You stuck out. You were the odd one out if you didn't attend the masjid for your regular salawat. It was odd. That's why even the hypocrites would feel under this peer pressure, they would feel compelled to go and attend the masjid, unless it was an open hypocrite who basically declared that he was not really a Muslim. So this is the power of peer pressure. It can lead a group to immensely positive things, but it can also lead a group into immensely dangerous things. Our responsibility is to never become those blind followers, and never to be so weak that you feel that in order to fit in, I've got to do that. Simple example, you want to fit into a group of older students, older kids, and they happen to swear. And they give the impression that swearing or using swear words is something cool or something acceptable. Now you want to fit in, but you're talking all decent and all nice. You just don't fit in, but you want to fit in. So you start talking like them. Simple example, it happens all the time. Start using certain words. People around are telling inappropriate jokes in order to fit in. You also need to tell an inappropriate joke, so you go ahead and do that. But a Muslim does not do that. A Muslim does not do that. It's not monkey see, monkey do. It's not that you just see it, oh, I've got to do it because everyone else is. We are stronger than, Allah has made us stronger than that. Allah has made us smarter than that. It's just a question of whether you use that strength and those brains or not. If we get into the habit of using that strength that Allah has given us, then what will happen when you go outside into society at large? You won't feel pressure to change yourself. You won't feel pressured to become just like everyone else. And if you do not exercise this today,